There's a twin 4.2-inch display up in the dash, and those colors will actually change with drive modes. So for those in the normal, it gives you a nice ambient blue. When you go to the power, mode, it gives you kind of a racy red to it. So it's very it changes with your different drive modes. On the screen below in the engine system, we have standard backup camera on all trim levels. We also have, who has wireless devices in their pocket? We all do, right? Does anybody have a wireless device that is Qi enabled, meaning it can charge wirelessly? A lot of your Android phones come with that now, standard. And with Prius 3 and above, Qi wireless charging is a standard feature, so you can leave your cords at home. It will charge wirelessly on the pad that's in the center stack. Is that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Very good. So, talking about the hybrid Synergy drive, we still have a 1.8 liter engine in this vehicle. Battery technology has changed a little bit. On the Prius 2 Eco and above, we actually have a lithium-ion battery. The benefit to this is that it compacts the battery into a nice small package. It fits under the rear seat in the passenger, behind the rear passengers underneath, and it's 30 pounds lighter. So when we talk about fuel economy, how we got the fuel economy, part of the reason is the battery's 30 pounds lighter. The other reason is the engine, still a 1.8 liter, the engine is smaller, lighter, and more efficient. So between the two, we're able to get the improved fuel economy.
So now I'm going to talk a little bit about safety technology. There's a lot of manufacturers out there going after safety technology. The Prius is among some of the first vehicles in the Toyota lineup to actually get Toyota Safety Sense. We call it TSS. So what is TSS? It's part of a pre-collision system. It has pedestrian detection, lane departure, dynamic radar cruise control, and that's it. Is that right?
Lane departure alert?
Yeah, lane departure alert, sorry. Get them all confused. So when you look at that safety package in itself, this is pretty advanced safety technology. We have radar that's being put inside the front nose of the vehicle, also in conjunction with a camera behind it. These are active safety systems that is going to put Toyota well ahead of other manufacturers out there. In fact, Toyota plans by 2018 to have TSS in most of the vehicles on the road as a standard feature. That's pretty advanced stuff. We actually have a nice video here, hopefully it plays for us, talking about the pre-collision system with the pedestrian detection to give a little bit more detail on how it works.
With Toyota Safety Sense P, the pre-collision system, or PCS, uses an in-vehicle camera and millimeter-wave radar to help detect the vehicle in front of your vehicle. When the pre-collision system determines that the possibility of a frontal collision with that vehicle is high, it prompts the driver to take evasive action and brake by using an audio and visual alert. These alerts operate when the vehicle's speed is between approximately 7 miles per hour and the vehicle's top speed. If the driver notices the hazard and brakes, the system may provide additional braking force using brake assist. This system may apply greater braking force in relation to how strongly the brake pedal is depressed. If the driver does not brake in a set time, and the system determines that the possibility of a frontal collision with another vehicle is extremely high, the system may automatically apply the brakes, reducing speed in order to help the driver avoid the collision or help reduce the impact. The PCS system included with the TSSP package may operate automated braking for potential collisions with other vehicles when vehicle speeds are between 7 miles per hour and the vehicle's top speed. In certain conditions, the PCS system included with the TSSP package may also help to detect pedestrians. If the pre-collision system determines that the possibility of a frontal collision with a pedestrian is high under certain conditions, it prompts the driver to take evasive action and brake by using an audio and visual alert, followed by brake assist. These alerts operate when the vehicle's speed is between approximately 7 and 50 miles per hour. If the driver does not brake in a set time, and the system determines that the risk of collision with the pedestrian is extremely high, the system may automatically apply the brakes, reducing speed in order to help the driver avoid the collision or reducing the impact. Auto brake operates at speeds of between 7 to 50 miles per hour for potential collisions with pedestrians. If the pre-collision system auto braking occurs and brings the vehicle to a stop, the system retains brake pressure for approximately 2 seconds. Refer to your Toyota Owner's Manual for additional information on Toyota Safety Sense P pre-collision system with
Again, I apologize for the video, but this is really, really advanced safety technology. The good thing is that this system is standard on 2 of the Prius models. On the Touring models, it's Prius 3 Touring and 4 Touring. It's available on the 3 and the 4 as well as part of the package. So this again is some of that really nice advanced safety technology that Toyota is really excited about. So also we have available on the Prius models as part of a package, the Intelligent Park Assist. So this system uses 12 sensors. We have 6 in the front, 6 in the back. It's sending out ultrasonic waves and it's measuring parking spots. How many people parallel park? Everybody down here, right? Is everybody good at it?
Yeah.
Imagine being in a car now where you don't have to worry if you're good or not. You can pull up to the spot, you can press the command for it to do the parallel parking function. The vehicle will actually measure the spot for you, and it's going to tell you if it's going to fit in there or not. The only thing you have to do is control the braking. The vehicle does all the steering for you. Pretty amazing. What about back-end parking? Who likes to back-end park? I back-end park everywhere I go. This vehicle also does back-end parking, using the sonar system that's on the vehicle, okay? We also have intelligent clearance sonar on this vehicle. So it uses those same sensors, and it's gonna try to help give a signal to our drivers of whether they're getting close to an object or not, to hopefully lessen some of those bumper accidents we might have, okay?
Now looking at the exterior of the vehicle, one thing to look at is it was inspired by actually a runner. So if you can picture a runner, let's say in the Olympics, it's at the starting gate, they got their feet in the blocks, right? Their hands down, their heads down, getting ready for the starting. That's where the whole positioning of the Prius was inspired by. So it's gonna give it a more athletic, more streamlined look to it. So, go to the next one. It also has more aerodynamics. The Prius actually has a 0.24 coefficient of drag, which is actually less than a lot of sports cars out there right now. So the efficiency of the drag over the top, we also have panels that have been inserted underneath the vehicle to cut down on coefficient of drag as well on the vehicle. It's funny is that Toyota in Japan, when they put their vehicles in the wind tunnel, our wind tunnel actually has a treadmill in it. Not the treadmill that Brian uses, but the treadmill that we put our cars on to keep our wheels moving. The reason they do that is they not only want to know how much drag is coming off the vehicle, they want to know how much drag is coming off the wheel covers. So that's how in depth they get, how detailed they get when trying to streamline the aerodynamics. The other thing you'll notice is that the bi-LED headlamps give it a really nice appearance to the front end. The front end of the Prius has really gotten more aggressive looking and compared to the prior generation. And the character lines on the side, as you notice, these have all changed, giving it more styling. The other thing you'll notice is that the glass has gotten larger, so you get better visibility from inside the vehicle looking out, especially looking through the rear glass. That rear glass has been enlarged as well to give it better visibility. Okay.
Obviously, we're having a couple video problems today, but we're hoping everybody wants to come down and actually come to the showroom floor, see the Prius in person. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, it really is an impressive vehicle. We're going to come downstairs, do some walk-arounds around the vehicle. Should you have any questions, we can do that down there. If you ever get a chance to go to a Toyota dealership and actually drive the car, that's where you're really going to see the biggest impact from previous generation into this one. Toby and I have had the privilege of driving those vehicles as our demos as we go around. Truly, it is a great vehicle to drive. Okay?
Does anybody have questions?
What prices compare with last year?
Prices actually stayed pretty close to the same. Very, very little increase in it.
And the options?
Engines.
Engines are all the same.
Engines
so it's a
also
1.8 liter. It's the same size we had last year. It's just a totally redesigned powertrain.
Is it already in showrooms? When is it hitting showrooms?
It hits the showrooms in January, so they're already out for distribution right now.
Yes.
Another question? Yes, sir.
You mentioned the automated vacuum. Does that work only for parking spots that are perpendicular to the street or to the curb? Does it work with angled ones as well?
That's a great question.
Good question. Very good question. We'll have to research that, and we'll let Christy get back on that. Very good question.
How about the plug-in?
That's a great question. So I think everybody's seen by now that the New York Auto Show, Toyota introduced, they're calling the Prius Prime, which we're expecting to see probably this time next year. That's our anticipation. So that should be coming out next year. Yes, sir.
Who buys the Prius? Has the market changed over the years? I mean, you've also got hybrid drivetrains in other vehicles too,
Yes.
incoming. I don't know whether that had any impact on sales or not.
But I think if you go back a few years, predominantly Prius was being bought by older folks, right? Now with the new kind of edgier, more aerodynamic design, you're going to see a lot of the advertisement is looking for a younger demographic now. So, plus you have the influences from Hollywood, if you will. We have that influences that is helping to bring in more Prius drivers as well. So that demographic is changing more, and we're starting to see more younger drivers coming in and looking at the Prius. Did that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you mentioned the Prius 3 and 4.
Correct.
Is that, at first thought it was generation, but is that just a packaging strategy then?
So yeah, so there's different packages. We have the two Eco, the 3 Touring, 4, and 4 Touring. So each of those grades offers different things. Your 2 is for your more economical buyer. Your Eco is your one looking for customers that want the great fuel economy. And then when you get to the 3 and up, that's when you start gaining premium features. The center console changes, and as Toby mentioned, that Qi wireless charging. When you get to your Prius 3 and above, that's when that's standard on the vehicle.
So you can have a 3 and 4 touring?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And so is the one then basically the new C is going to take the place of the Prius 1? Is that sort of
So the Prius C is its own series. Okay, so there's no more Prius 1. It starts with 2 this year.
Okay, and then so same thing with Prius V. Are we considering that Prius 5, or is that basically where are the new one, where are the old ones fitting into the new one?
Gotcha. So the Prius C and the Prius V are their own individual series, and those are still going to remain. They probably will get redesigned here, say, next couple of years.
Basically, they don't fit into the nomenclature you have.
Correct. These we're talking about the Prius Liftback. The Prius C and the Prius V are their own individual series. Yeah, good question. Yes, sir.
No, you kind of answered my question, because I know for the previous generation, there was a Prius 1 for fleet sales.
Right.
I was wondering if the same thing was happening with this generation.
From my understanding, there is a Prius out there only for fleet. I'm not sure if they actually have named Prius 1 or not.
So going back where you were asking about the different series, the one big difference between Prius 3 Touring, or Prius 3 and the 3 Touring and 4 and 4 Touring, both Tourings come with 17-inch wheels, where all other trim levels come with 15-inch wheels. And then the 3 Touring and 4 Touring come standard with the Toyota Safety Sense P.
Those are the big differences in the Tourings. Any other questions? Well, we greatly appreciate your time, and we do hope that you'll make it down to the showroom floor, and we'll do some walk-arounds down there and hopefully share some more knowledge with you.
Thank you.